Hi everyone, this is Laura. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Friday to all. I hope you're all having a great day. Today is week 3 of our inspirational card hop for diamonddice.com. And this week we are going to be showcasing our snowflake die. Yay! And this is the snowflake die. And for those of my subscribers who are tuning in for the first time, Diamond Dies is having a weekly inspirational card hop. And we are asking all our subscribers to please go and subscribe to the Diamond Dies YouTube channel, and I will have a link in the description box below. For anyone who has not subbed to Diamond Dice, if you follow all the designers, and I will also have a link to them in the description box, and you hop on over to everyone's channel and leave a comment, you have a chance on winning a die. It is the Vintage Ornament Die, and you will be entered on every designer's channel to win that die, which is pretty amazing and so generous of Dee. Thank you, Dee, so much for hosting the hop. And this is what that little die looks like. That's the Vintage Ornament Die. I have it in my little package upside down. But that's the die that you guys will be able to win. And all you have to do is be a subscriber to the Diamond Dice channel. Leave a comment on every designer's channel, and that will qualify you. And each designer will be giving out her own vintage ornament die to one lucky subscriber. I'm asking my subscribers to subscribe to my fellow designers as well. They're amazing ladies. They're very talented, and I think you will enjoy their projects as well. It is not a requirement. I'm just asking my subbies just to show some YouTube love and show some support to the other designers as well. So that being said, I want to share with you my project that I did using this wonderful snowflake die set that is now available at the diamonddies.com website store. And also, before I share with you my project, I also would like to remind all my subbies that Diamond Dice is having an amazing Christmas giveaway. I don't want you guys to miss out on that. I will have a link to the YouTube channel where you can go look up that video and participate in that giveaway as well. That giveaway is just awesome. Most of you have heard me mention it several times. Dee is giving away a die cutting machine, 2 dies, 3 embossing folders. It is an amazing giveaway. You don't want to miss out on that, so go check her out. Please go check out the YouTube channel for that. And like I said, I'll have all the information in my description box for that as well. But I am so envious that I can't win that machine. I do have a Big Shots, but it's kind of worn and old, and I just love my die cutting machines. So what I use first, I use this paper pack here that I've had in my stash forever. It is called the Winter Magic paper pack, and it is by Die Cuts with a View. And there we go. I'm just showing you that paper stack. Yep, that's what I used. And I had an idea of what I wanted to do for my card because I wanted to try to do something a little bit different for you guys for inspiration. And I didn't have a certain product that I wanted. I've seen so many girls on YouTube use it. I've never touched it before in my life. So I was on the phone begging hubby, please go to Joann's and Michael's for me, either one, and just get this for me. And you know, my husband hates going into those stores, guys. He hates it. But he did. And he got it for me. And I was so happy and excited that I have some. So he bought me some glistening snow text, glittering snow. I used that on my project. And I also used this Bow Bunny stamp set that I've had like forever. And I also used some other products that I'll show you and share with you in a moment. Now, let me share with you my card first. I did make two that I want to share with you. And this is my card. What I did, well, first of all, let's talk about the card. This is an A2 card, which is 4¼ by 5½. I used the designer paper as my base for my card. I just love the snowflakes and the color. And I wanted to do something a little different than red and green. So I decided to do something in blue and white and the craft cardstock. I then cut out a 4 by 5¼ piece of craft cardstock. And what I did was I took this sheet of acetate. Now, guys, you get these sheets of stickers. Actually, I would like to share with you. Excuse me. This was a sticker from maybe 2 years ago. I think my sister gifted these to me. Anyway, this was a leftover snowman sticker, and I saw this piece of acetate. And I wanted to create my own stencil. I know a lot of us now are playing with mixed media and stencils. But if you're like me and you're on a really tight budget, I just can't afford to go out there and buy every single stencil I see. So what I did was I ripped off my happy little snowman and I put him to the side because I do plan to use him for one of my cards that I will be creating. And I took this piece of acetate that came with the stickers and I cut a piece of it out. And what I did was then I ran it through my die cutting machine. And I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me put a piece of craft cardstock. See, I have the medium-sized snowflake, and then I have the two little snowflakes, and then I have the big snowflake. So I just cut that out in plastic paper. Now, hindsight being 2020, if you decide to use this technique, I encourage you, don't do what I do and cut out a little piece. I should have cut out, the acetate should have been cut out the same size as the card. It would have made working with the stuff a lot easier for me. But being this is the first time I tried this, I didn't think about that, and I just cut out my own little pattern here. In the future, I will cut it out to be 5¼ by 5½. That way, instead of just doing a little piece at a time, I can just lay the whole thing down, spread the snow text on, and then lift it up instead of doing it piece by piece. So just a little hint, if you do decide to use this technique, I think it would be a lot easier just to cut it out the size of the card instead of a little piece like I did. But that's what I did, first time and all. So what I did was I cut out 4 little snowflakes on this acetate, and these were the little images that were left over after I cut it out. So you want to hold on to those because I have something else that I'm going to share with you that I did with these pieces that were left over. The little plastic pieces can serve as masks. You don't want to get rid of these. These could be used in future projects as well. Then with this little tool here that my cousin had gifted me, I just spread the glistening snow text over the stencil die cuts that I made, and this is what these snowflakes are. And the texture on these and the puffiness, it really does look like snow, and it glitters. Oh my god, the shine. You girls are not picking up the shine on this camera. It is amazing. I love this stuff. I thank you so much, honey, for getting it for me. I know you hate going into that store, but it made my card. It really did. So it took about 6 hours for me to let it dry. And then once it did, what I did then was I did cut out some snowflakes using some silver glitter paper. And I just cut out the tiny ones and I added them here to this snowflake. I put a little bread on top and I added it to this little snowflake here. And I put another little bread on top. And then I added big breads to the bigger snowflakes. I did add a ribbon across that I glued down with some glue dots, and then I tied off a bow. To the center of a bow, using my diamond die, I cut out another die, um, also in silver, and silver glitter paper, and I added a little bread on top of that as well. Here, the Happy Holidays is from that stamp set. I just cut that out on white cardstock. I distressed everything with broken china, faded jeans, and chipped sapphire. Once this stuff had dried, I also added distress inks to the snowflakes and the craft cardstock. So I distressed everything after it had dried, and it made the snowflakes. I'm sorry, the snowflakes. It made them kind of like a light blue and a dark blue effect to it. So yeah, so that's what I did with the distress inks. And that's the outside of my card. And I gotta tell you guys, I really, really loved the fact that I don't have to go out there now and buy every single stencil with your die cut. And I used a snowflake. I could have done this with any die. Just cut out some of those leftover plastics that we would have otherwise thrown in the garbage and create your own stencils. And that's what I did for the outside of the card. I did use my EK Success corner punch for the corners, just to give it a little bit of rounded corner effect. I didn't want everything so square. Everything else was square. And then on the inside of the card, this is the part that I wanted to share with you guys about these leftover plastic pieces. I took the biggest snowflake that I cut out of the acetate that I wasn't going to use, and I did save it, and that's that piece right there. Then what I did was I took this and I just laid it down on the inside of the card, and I just took my sponge. I dipped it in the chipped sapphire, faded jeans, and broken china, and I just stenciled away this image here on the card. And I used my distress inks for that. So on the outside, I'm showing you that you can use molding paste, you can use the snow text or the true snow. This is one texture, one way you can use the die cut stencils. On the inside, you can use the leftovers with ink. You could have even sprayed it or used some chalk, whatever you want to use, whatever your medium is. You can also have a different technique on the inside of the card. And then after I distressed everything, I just added some stickles, as you can see, to all the snowflakes. And I'm sorry it's not picking up all the shine and the glitter, but this is just something else you can do with your dies. Use those leftover plastic pieces and just create your own little background for your the inside of your cards. And then I'll write my little message in here. So that's one card. And I wanted to show you the more grungier look. This is my more grungier look to this effect, because I did distress the snowflakes, the whole entire card with these inks. Now, for a look at a less grungier card, because I did create two cards just so that I can share with you the difference. This was another card that I used, that I made using the same technique, which was the stencil that I created with the die. And I used the same products, but this one I did not distress. I didn't want this one grungy. I wanted it a little bit more cleaner. So again, I added some white brads to the center of the snowflakes. I added some blue bling, again using that craft cardstock. And over here I have this, I forgot what they call it, but it's a, I don't know if it's a crimp trim or what's it called, but it's this trim right here. It's braided. And I took a piece of this beautiful, beautiful satin ribbon trim, and I just glued it down to the edge of my card, and I added some more bling here just to give it some wow. And then on the inside, I used my EK Success Snowflake Border Punch, and I created a little snowflake border that I also added some bling to. And this card is a little bit more cleaner, cuter. I did not put anything in front of the card because I just did the card basically for the hop, just to give you an idea of the card that you can create using the die in a different way, using it as a stencil. And this card now can be either used this way or this way. And I think I am going to put an image on the inside of the card, or maybe the outside of the card. We'll see. But I'm definitely going to put something else on the card if I decide to send this out to someone. So this is my crisp clean version, and this one is my grungier version. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference between the snowflakes, but you see how this one is kind of got a blue tinge to it and this one does not. I don't know if the camera's even going to pick that up very much, but yeah, just trust me, this one is totally white and this one is blue. So there you have it, guys. I hope I have inspired you to use your dies in a different way. I did use it both ways. I used it as a die for what it was meant for, as a die, and have my little die cuts, have my little snowflakes, and then I use the die to create a stencil, and then I use the stencil on the outside of the cards, and then I use the leftover pieces from the stencil on the inside to give you a mask as well. So with this snowflake die, I did 3 things that I hope will inspire you. I used the die cuts. I created a mask for future projects, and I have them in all the sizes, big, small, and large. Of course, you can't see them because they're clear. And I also created a stencil. And you know what the best part about making these stencil, guys? When you use them and they get a little bent, like, see, I used mine so much just now that it's a little bent here, you can throw it in the garbage. I'm sure we all have lots of stickers, maybe even the packaging of some of the stuff that we order, embellies, stamps. They come with these clear plastics. We've thrown so many of them in the garbage. Reuse them. Make your own stencils. Take out all your dies that you have in your stash and start making some of your own stencils. And when you're done with them, you throw them away. And I also wanted to share with you what it looks like on pattern paper. Yep, I had fun playing with this die and creating my stencils and using something new that I've never used before. Thank you, honey, for getting me the snow text. I've been wanting to play with snow text for so many years, and I finally got the chance to. Yep, so go on, guys, try it out. And if you do try this technique, please let me know. I would love to see your creations and see if you were inspired by this as well. I want to see what you guys come up with. So I hope you all have a blessed weekend. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you all for watching. And once again, please don't forget to visit the Diemond Die's website to purchase your own snowflake dies and the other amazing dies that we have been showcasing on our hop. Talk to you all soon. Have a blessed day now. Bye.